Well, we're back out in the garage looking at the Super Bee again, and we're going to do something just a little bit different. And maybe you guys notice the difference, maybe you don't, but we have been doing some polishing on this car, and it's actually turning out really well. So I figured I'd show you guys this product here. And here you can look at that, pause it, read it if you want to. Um, this is something a little different. It's not, they call it a polish. It is a polish, but it's mostly a paint clearer or like a paint cleaner. Um, as you can kind of see here, and I'm going to do a little spot and show you guys as an example, and I don't really have very good, lighting to show it, but it'll be shown outside eventually in future videos and such. But you can see here, you can actually see a reflection of, some of the stuff in the background. And, this does have painted pinstripe flames on it, and it didn't hurt that one bit. It didn't, stain them blue or anything. So I was pretty happy with that. I did a little test spot on the corner of this hood, which is black, and you can see what, the rest of it, obviously it's dusty, but even that spot, I mean, it is very, very coarse. And it cleaned that, made that look real nice. So I'm very impressed with it. It doesn't take a whole lot of effort. You simply, put it on a rag, get a little spot, do one little, maybe 1 foot by 1 foot section at a time, and then let it sit for a second after you really kind of polish it in there, and then let it sit, and then wipe it off with a clean towel. You can see a little kind of A/B comparison here. Here's a pretty nice reflection, and this is very dull. But I will say this has been in previous situations. We were trying to get this paint to shine, and one thing we did was we did wet sand this very briefly. So that's why this actually, you can run the light across it, and it does have a very slight reflection. So it's not really quite a true A/B test, and this did not take much time. I did this whole fender minus, a little bit up front I got to do, but I even did, down low and everything, and I have, maybe 30 minutes, maybe 45 in this fender, so really not bad. But you can see, side by side, the difference. And I really only did one pass of this cleaner, only one pass with this. If I was to do it 2, maybe 3 times, I think it would show up a lot better. And I don't know if anybody's going to actually go through and read some of this, but this is not a wax. It simply strips to the actual bare paint surface and cleans it and shines it, and there's nothing, there's no residue, there's nothing on this paint. It's just paint. I don't know if you guys will hear it or not, but it's actually, squeaky clean if you rub your fingers across it. So anyways, I'm going to get you guys set up. I'm going to do a little section of this door, but first, and I apologize for the light again, I'm going to show you this other fender and what it looks like. You see, it's very dull. It has a little bit of kind of a gray tone to it. It doesn't have really any shine. I mean, you can kind of walk the light across it a little bit, but it's got nothing left in it. It doesn't look good. It doesn't shine. And then you look at that and you compare it to what I've accomplished over here, and it's just night and day. And I did do this quarter panel, one pass across it as well. And I have some touch-up areas I want to do, but you can really see some reflections come across in there. And it goes through the multiple different, layers of paint. Here's the original paint, here's primer, here's the new paint. So it smooths that out and actually works on that very well. So you can still feel the texture difference between it, but it actually does very well. So I'm going to get you guys set up. I'm going to do a spot on the door in real time and go from there. Alright, we're going to do this section of the door right here, about a 1 foot by 1 foot area. And this is the polish. I don't know if it needs to be shaken up. That's just what I do. We take our rag, fold it into quarters or eighths or however you want to do it. Just get a spot that's at least mostly clean like this. And I'll show you how much I put on here because it's not a lot. I just do that. And I'll just do that one more time. And that's about what I put on for, about a 1 foot by 1 foot section. And this is just the first pass. You could go over it a few times and probably get a little bit better results than what you're going to see. But just dab it around a little bit. And it says in the directions and everything to do a back and forth pattern. It says that you don't necessarily want to do circles. I don't know why that is, but I'm just following the directions for what it says. So, as you can see, it's already getting rid of that that hazy oxidation that we had. And I'm not putting a ton of pressure, and it will take your surface layer just a little bit, but it's really not. I don't know, on these older, single stage paint jobs, don't worry about it, especially when the paint job looks like this where you can see through certain areas. Just don't worry about it too much. It will take your surface layer just a hair, but not enough where you're going to, before and after see, oh my gosh, my paint is thin. So, as you can see, we've got a pretty nice shiny spot, and I haven't even wiped it off yet. So, we're going to get our clean rag here. And there we are. I don't know how well that shows up on camera, but compare something out here to this, and it's quite a bit different. And I don't know if I'll be able to pick this up with the microphone, but I'll try. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear. You hear that rag going across the rough surface. Nothing on the polished surface. So even if it didn't shine, which obviously it does shine very well, even if it didn't shine, it takes the contaminants off of the surface layer and smooths the paint a lot. So hopefully that at least has a value. This, and like I said, I don't know. This is the stuff. This is not a sponsored video. I'm not being paid to say this. I'm not being paid to, show off this stuff. I found this through a good friend, and he said, yeah, it works pretty good. And I went out and I bought it on my own, and I tried it, and here we are. So, I don't know. I guess just put that into consideration. I'm not being told what to say or what to do or anything else. This is just an honest, hey, I found this. Maybe somebody else might like this too. So I'm going to go over this one more time. It didn't quite show exactly as well as a couple other spots I've done, but that's just fine. Again, 2, dabs of the bottle here. So not a lot. I think with one bottle you should be able to get through an entire car plus some. I don't know that for a fact because I'm just getting started on it, but based on what I'm seeing so far, I think you should be able to get a whole car plus, maybe another third or maybe another quarter of a car, depending on obviously the size of your car. That bottle could probably do 3 Volkswagen Bugs, but maybe only 1 Cadillac. So I'm gonna go back and forth here. Now we're starting to get color on the rag again. And I know some people are probably thinking, oh, well, why wouldn't you use a microfiber towel or something a little bit more soft? It actually says right on the bottle to use, typical terry towels, which is what these are, just white, terry towels from, well, anywhere. You can get them anywhere, I guess, now. You can get some off the fender there, so you can see what the fender looks like and then what this looks like before it's wiped off. So here we go, and you got to make a couple passes when you're wiping it off, especially if it's still kind of tacky. But yeah, there you go. It showed up pretty good. I don't know how your camera angle looks there. Yep, that looks pretty good. So as you can see, that shows up pretty good. I don't know if I put close if you're going to be able to actually see the color, or if it's going to, I don't know, it might just try to show the reflections, which that gets the point across too. So I'll actually use the bottle here as a kind of reflection source. I mean, it's not smooth as glass by any means, but look at how you can walk the light across it and across the fender, and then you get there and it's gone. So anyways, I just figured I would show that, and I figured I would offer to let people know about just something that I think is a good deal. So it's like $30 a bottle, or you can get a kit that gets you their wax, their sealer wax as well. I guess you're supposed to put this on over top of the cleaner, and it's supposed to really seal it in and stop it from oxidizing or going bad again. So that seems like a pretty good product, and it seems like it really makes it shine more, but haven't really gotten to that step yet. But I'm going to go through, polish this whole car, make sure it's nice and shiny for No Name Nationals, because, I want to be a part of the Shiny Car Club. So anyways, I'll leave it at that, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Consider like, share, subscribe, and that's about it.